I can tell a very quick story. A veteran living on the streets in Edmonton, 10 years living at risk, fight or flight every single day, found his way to Homes for Heroes. Within 2 weeks, our caseworkers, because they're experts, and you really have to be an expert to navigate Veterans Affairs, found out that he had in excess of $250,000 in cash payout waiting for him, and it had been sitting there for over 10 years since he had left. He had a full military pension waiting for him, upwards of 7. He had been living on the streets at risk for 10 years. He now owns 2 homes. One he's renovating for himself, and one he's a landlord. So here's a perfect example of they don't know, and they need to understand that they have access to benefits and support. But navigating Veterans Affairs website is ridiculous. So I think we have to revamp that. And I would say the one cautionary insight I have is, although the caseworkers at Veterans Affairs are fantastic, they read from a textbook more often than not instead of listening from their heart. And so that could change. And that's not taking away the good work that they do every day. So thank you. Well, just to recognize, too, the data that Veterans Affairs is using around homeless veterans, I believe it's 200 to 2,500 homeless veterans in Canada, dealing from a 2021 census study, door to door. Typically, you don't find homeless veterans living in a house when you're doing a door-to-door census. However, that being said,
so what you're saying is you think it's vastly underreported.
Yeah, we have an updated report from McGill University, a study that was done back in 2023 that says it's 10,000 plus. Veterans don't self-identify. They don't stay in shelters. They either live in vehicles, couch surf, or in their own encampments. So that being said, they're slipping through the cracks because we don't recognize, because we have a VAC website or a VAC system that isn't conducive to helping our veterans. But we have an opportunity here. I mean, these discussions are why we're here. We're looking to make changes. So, and again, I don't believe that anybody who's involved in VAC or anybody at this table or our current government or past governments are doing it with malice. It's through lack of knowledge and lack of willingness to change and bureaucracy. So again, we need to recognize that we need to make changes and make them long-term wise, regardless of who's in power. Regardless of what political party is at the helm, these changes need to be put in place and kept in place so we can bank on it going forward.